bridges. More than just steel and stone, they are the promise of possibility, spanning divides and uniting what once stood apart. Imagine the Mackinac Bridge, linking one shore to another. Before it stood tall and grand, it was just an idea, a sketch, an architect's dream of uniting 2 points. Like that bridge, progress in Parkinson's research begins with vision. The vision to see a world without this disease. The vision to connect those in need with those who can help. But vision alone isn't enough. Every great bridge stands on strong foundations, pillars of support that hold the structure firm. Our volunteers and our donors are those foundations. With every hour given, every dollar raised, they lay the groundwork, ensuring this bridge is built. One beam, one step, one breakthrough at a time. We have so much already. Brilliant scientific minds, technologies that unlock the mysteries of the human brain, and most importantly, an incredible, determined community fueled by hope.
I think the hardest part of a child's journey is watching a parent age. It's harder when they have a disease and you know what that disease is, and you watch that disease slowly take them away from you. Parkinson's is one of those diseases. And slowly you see a person that you've looked up to all your life, a powerful figure both in the community but especially in your own personal life, and you see that person slowly slip away.
So my dad, living with Parkinson's for some time now, he's challenged with walking, he's challenged with eating, he's challenged with speaking. And I always thought of him and still think of him as this big, bold, pioneering individual. And that's how I try to still see him today. It's hard.
Watching my parents and seeing my parents grow old, and specifically with my mom facing what she faced with Parkinson's and some of the symptoms starting to set in, the early symptoms. And I knew they were really challenging her. This is gonna limit how I interact with my kids or my grandkids, right? This is gonna slow me down, and I'm not okay with it. She was definitely not okay with it.
I don't remember the last time, but I think I remember several last times during his last year where I could still get him to smile, I could still get him to talk, to do things. But there were a couple times where he would interact, and that was the old him that I loved.
It's a matter of understanding the reality of the situation and knowing that, he is still in there. He's still my dad. And, there's points in time where I remind myself, just hold on to the memories that you have with him. And don't let this time be the only memory.
I think a lot of people that get this diagnosis, they immediately go down into the dumps. And I want these people to know that there is hope and there is great things that are happening. And there's studies, there's clinical trials, there's so much research going on where hope is just around the corner for a cure.
I can't say that I have a personal connection to Parkinson's, fortunately. But early on in my career, I was studying neuroscience, and I wanted to have a bit more impact on patients. And so I got into Parkinson's very early in my career. And, it's been a real roller coaster. And I think I've met so many patients and their families across the years that provides more than enough motivation to inspire me in my work. The field has changed dramatically over the years in the sense of the biology of the disease. I think we started out kind of understanding very little about the genetics of Parkinson's. When I joined the field in 2002, there was 2 genes that were known to be linked to Parkinson's, and now we have at least 20 of those genes linked to familial forms of disease, and probably another 90 that are linked to the sporadic form of the disease. So now we've gone from having very minimal molecular clues to too many that we're now trying to put together in a puzzle to understand, how they may all work together or what pathway they contribute to cause neurodegeneration.
For the first time, we've run clinical trials, we being the Van Andel Institute and our partnership have won clinical trials, where we believe we've discovered some existing drugs to be repurposed that have the potential to actually halt or slow the development of disease.
Partnering with Van Andel Institute is the perfect partnership relationship to have, because Van Andel Institute has a story to tell, and they've been on a journey themselves, a journey of hope, and so many people can relate and connect to that based on what they've experienced in their life, whether it's cancer, Parkinson's, and sharing the message that what Van Andel Institute is doing and the research that's going on right here is an incredible relationship.
I don't think anybody can do all of the stuff that needs to be done by themselves, including us. And it's imperative that we collaborate with others because they can bring things to the table that we don't have the ability to do.
This means people like donors and philanthropists who provide the necessary fundraising and recognition and connection with the public. This also involves foundations that raise awareness and money around Parkinson's to really drive some of these discoveries forward. So this is really a large concerted effort that needs a lot of momentum and a lot of resources and a lot of people coming together to really push this down the line.
What impresses me the most of what VAI is doing, specifically within Parkinson's, there's just so much going on and so much that they're looking into. It brings hope to us with a family member with Parkinson's that something's gonna come out of this, right? Good is gonna come out of this. It's only a matter of time before they find a cure for Parkinson's.
Partnerships on so many different levels, though, are important. And if you ever watched how a suspension bridge is built, it's actually built from both sides, and they meet in the middle. And everything lines up. It's a beautiful thing. And so that's kind of what we do, is we look for ways that we can partner with other organizations and groups and people so that we can meet in the middle and we can make that bridge a successful bridge.
I think these are exciting times in the field of Parkinson's. We have some of the best minds in the world here at the Van Andel Institute and across the world as part of our collaborative networks. I have a very interesting day job in that I am in the business of putting myself out of business. So I'm very confident that in the next 10 or 20 years, I will truly be out of business and there will be a cure for Parkinson's.
Together, we're building bridges. Bridges that are connecting resources to research and research to results.
So over the last 20 years, we've been spanning the gaps, we've been empowering innovation, and we've been driving research, which has been accelerating our journey together. You see, when we build bridges, we build hope, and hope is the foundation of every cure.